that works. There we go. Get the audio on this guy. I think I got the chat working this time, guys. Somehow I didn't see it last time, so give her a try this time. Oh, let's see. What do we want to talk about tonight? I've actually got the... Oh, you know what? I do have a piece I want to show you guys. I got the wagon... oh, what do you call it? Cell phone holder done. It actually has a completely different top on the audio console. So this guy here is the wagon audio console, and I don't know if I kept that little piece here. Okay, so the way I designed this, if you guys are looking for a cell phone holder for your wagon, what I've designed, and this is a side cut of the cell phone holder, and I'll show you the full one here in a second. But the way it works is you take your console off, you take the cell phone holder, and you slip it over the back. It just pressure fits on there. See how that fits? And then your cell phone sits right here. You grab the cell phone. Okay, so I'm not going to clip this one on, but this you can see how this one works. So this is actually for sedan, so it's a little bit short. But anyway, it just clips over the back, and then you push the front down. These are probably about a 1/4 inch longer on the top. So you just have to, it'll just clip on there just like that. So the wagon ones are done, they're final. If you guys want to order those, they are on the website. They're orderable now. They are custom made for your phone, so you do have to put the measurements in. I need the width of your phone, the long ways, and the thickness. And then obviously what model you have. The CRX is its own version, the wagon's its own version, and the sedan and the hatchback have their own version. Oh, let's see. I have started printing all of the pre-orders for the DA dual gauge pod and single cup holder. I was able to get that tested good. Let me see if I can actually pull up the pictures here on Facebook. Give me 1 second here. So if you guys haven't seen these yet, okay, we're gonna switch over. Okay, these are sent to me from a guy in Hawaii. And anyway, you've got the dual gauge pods on your single cup holder. And then from the side, I did have to make a couple tweaks. So this one here sat up a little bit higher. I actually dropped it down about 6 millimeters, I think, 6 or 7 millimeters. So even with the AEM really super tall surrounds on the outside of those gauges, hopefully it'll still clear the ashtray. And these, if you guys haven't seen any of the close-up pictures of some of the 3D printing stuff, it's normal to have these little hairs and stuff. I take a hot or a a heat gun to them and kind of melt some of these off. But sometimes, you know, the stuff, it's plastic, so it picks up little hairs and things like that. So this is 100% normal, but the stuff kind of comes off after a little bit of use. So both the gauges are there and hooked up. It works perfectly fine for him. He's actually going to shave the top of this gauge just a hair. I sent him, I gave him a deal on one for prototype. So if this didn't work for him at all, I would send him another one if he wanted. He's going to shave this a little bit and see if it works. If not, I will send him another one. Let's see, anything else that I was working on? I was going to see if anybody hopped on and see if there's any new products or questions about products you guys had. Okay, it's the same thing. The DA one, I will be sending the prototype out for this. What's tomorrow? Wednesday or Thursday. The prototype for the DC center console will be going out for testing. That one still has quite a bit more testing to do, but I want to test fitment and usability first, and then I'm going to fine tune like the clip system so it can, when you push it all the way in, it kind of clips in. When you pull it all the way out, it has a stop and kind of clips in place so it doesn't move around and vibrate a bunch. So excuse me, that's a couple things that I'm going to be working on that. Let's see, I did forget that yesterday was a holiday. I had 5 or 6 boxes from the weekend that I got printed and boxed up and shipped. Took them to my work's mailroom and then realized that it was a holiday. So anything that was supposed to go out yesterday actually went out today, and we'll get to you guys here in a couple days. Let's see. I have not got the radiator for Suki, which is my sedan. Haven't got that put in yet. I'm probably going to try this weekend. Nights are just a little too hectic to get the radiator and the fans and my header and all that stuff on. Just be a little tight. So this is video number 98 for me, and I'm looking and double checking a bunch of stuff, but I'm going to try to do a giveaway. I haven't finalized everything yet, but I am looking at doing a giveaway for my 100th video. I may even try to do some kind of like a 5 or 10 hour long it's kind of late at night, but so my brain's starting to shut down already apparently. Like a 5-10 hour stream. I might throw some video games in there. We'll do some chatting. Stadia may be actually out by then, so I may do a long Stadia stream, mix some other stuff in there. I am looking at getting Red Dead Redemption 2 from Stadia. It looks like it's a really nice long game. I've watched some gameplay of that one, and it's actually kind of piqued my interest a little bit, so I am thinking about getting that game on top of, since Destiny 2 is included, I'll be playing that as well. So anyway, let me know what you guys are thinking. I'm thinking about doing more than one giveaway, not just one piece, but maybe like 5 or 10, depending on how many people actually show up and are on the live stream and comment, things like that. So that's something I'm going to be putting together, seeing what you guys think, who's going to want to show up for that. And you don't have to obviously be there for the whole 10 hours. I'm going to try to make it a good 5 or 10 hours, just to kind of let people come on, experience the show, chat, ask questions, things like that. And, see if maybe we can get some more subscribers, things like that, kind of, channel goals. Let's see. Hoping this isn't too noisy. I've got my furnace right over here, right over there. And then I've got a printer that's running right over there. The other one actually just finished. Probably going to kick off another print here when this channel's done, or when this live stream's done. Anything else new that I've been working on? I haven't got too much more done on the CRX piece. I had some family in town over the weekend, so I didn't really work too much on it. I was focusing on actually getting that wagon piece done for a guy, which it's done, so I'm going to go ahead and get that shipped out to him. Let's see. The only thing that's really left on the CRX piece is I need to get the cup holder, the slider piece fitted correctly. It's too low right now, so it actually hits the console when you put it in. So I need to raise it up a little bit. And actually I'm thinking about doing, I'm trying to kind of describe how to do the mechanism. So it'll slide out at an angle, like an up angle, and then the back of it will actually tilt up and kind of lock into place so it can't go forward or back or tilt at all. Make it look a little bit nicer in the car once it's out, and then obviously when you put it back in when you're not using it, you lift up the front and then push it in. And that way, when it's in, so the deck sits at an angle, and it's almost like a 25-degree angle. It's a pretty decent angle. But if I want the cup holder straight, by the time it gets all the way to the back, the two are going to be interfering, especially with the double din deck. So that's why I'm thinking at the front, I can, leave the last inch and a half or so where it tilts up, and that's not going to interfere with the radio. But then when you lift it up and then slide it all the way back in, it goes at an angle, the same angle that the radio's at. That way the backs never touch. So that's the next thing I'm going to be attempting to, see if I can do. It's going to be a little more complicated than the other one that I'm working on for the DC one. But, each model is different. But if I can get the main basic mold done, let's show you guys here. If I can get the main mold done, then I can change everything above that to whatever you guys want. 3 gauges, 2 gauges, a single din, a double din. And I'm actually looking at building the cigarette lighter. It'll have a little, I don't want to say a half circle, but it'll actually be under the, kind of more in the factory location, but it'll be under the cup holder. 1 second, I'll go ahead and pull it up here so you guys can see. Let's see, EF, we're going to go to, okay, so here's the CRX blank. So instead of having this piece here, I'm actually going to move it up to maybe in this area. And then we'll have if we're looking at it from the front. So the slider will be up here a little bit higher, but low enough. Let me open up. Double din one, okay. Okay, so for the double din one, see how the double din, you've got a lot of room. So even if I brought the cup holder all the way up here, which I don't want it too high because it's going to hold all your cups even higher. I want it to sit, probably about 1.5 inches or so above the spot where the cans and the cups are going to be sitting on that lower console. So I don't want it too terribly high, so I'm thinking right down in this area, right as it kind of starts this lower lip. Excuse me. And then I will actually lower this piece, can actually go all the way down here because it's not going to interfere with the way that these the center console lines up with here. So just some fitment issues. I think everything's going to fit how I want. I just got to make everything get in there how I want. Once I get the main piece done, the blank, which will be this piece, because it's just a blank face, we can do whatever we want with it. Once I get this piece put in there, in this location, then I think we're going to be fine, being able to design anything in here that you guys want. I've got a guy that's wanting like an iPad mini with a custom mount put in here. We're going to try to do it with some magnets, I can't pronounce it, the Neo magnets. Put a couple of them up at the top or the bottom, depending on how it kind of sits in, with the charger, stuff like that. So that's the plan for that guy. What else have I got? I don't think I have too much else on. Oh, for the DA Integra guys, this piece, if you guys recognize it, This is the tray that goes on the center of the dash, right above, or right in front of the clock. I have to look up. One of my friends from California had it. One sec here. I would like to give him credit for this. So give me 1 second while I pull up his email. I think his name is Daniel. No, Marcos. So Marcos had a friend. I don't know if they already had this mold for something else they were working on, but he went ahead and sent me basically the blank mold. And then what I'm going to be doing is adding like a dual and triple gauge pod to this guy. So it'll basically just sit in there. Might do some double side sticky tape, something along those lines, just so that it doesn't move around. And then it'll have 2 gauges, 3 gauges. I don't know if I can get 4 across this. It's going to be a tight fit, I think, with 3, depending on how far I have to gap them and get the backs lined up and stuff. But if you guys have any ideas for other things that you want here, I think it's a little far back for a cell phone holder. I don't have a problem making one back there if somebody really, really wants it. But I think it's too far back on the dash for that kind of thing. Gauges would work great. Anyway, post down below if you guys have any ideas of things that you would like for this piece. I can possibly try to do like some type of a tray or a custom tray if you have something you want up there. Like a vape or something that you always want to put up there and you want it to hold it. I don't have a problem doing some custom stuff like that now that I've kind of got this blank mold done. I'm going to go ahead and print this out and see how well it fits on my brother's DA just to make sure this is correct before I kind of really getting too much into the design. But this is definitely something I'll be working on. I haven't had anybody order the triple gauge pod yet. I think most people are wanting the dual with, they want the cup holder in there, but this one will need to be tested. If anybody is interested in testing a triple gauge pod, I believe my email's on here. Anyway, it's NaytonTech@gmail.com. Go ahead and pop me over an email. First come, first serve. I will print you one out and we can do some testing and see how well these fit. More the clearance on these. Actually, these are probably about as low as the other ones, so I shouldn't have any clearance issues on these compared to the 2 gauge pod where I had that left one to sit a little bit higher. And I am waiting on the auto to manual cover for the DAs. It's been sent out. I'm just waiting for the guy to confirm that it fits. All of the holes line up and fit correctly, and we've got the 2 side holes where the screws are for the center console line up, and the height and width and everything are correct here. He got his auto to manual conversion done, I believe, just this last weekend. He had some clutch issues, so I know he's been fighting with that a little bit. But as soon as he gets that stuff done, I'm going to bug him and see if he can get this. Actually, let me see if he's on real quick while we're thinking about it. Sometimes I don't get my notifications. No, nothing yet. Okay. So that's kind of where we're at on the current projects. I don't think I've got anything. The EG one is still kicking my butt. And obviously the DC integrity, we just got the cup holder piece. So that's all there. Why am I getting notified? Oh, that I'm live. Okay. So a couple updates on Stadia. It goes live on Tuesday, November 19th, this next Tuesday. I'm going to try and stream some stuff live, depending on how Google's got all that stuff set up. There's still a lot of information about streaming that we don't know. So worst case scenario, I'm going to just run it through OBS like I do here, and that way I can kind of overlay myself on the screen. Close. And you guys can see my beautiful face, as well as, you know, Destiny 2 that I'll be playing. Most likely, I don't know if I'll be picking up Red Dead Redemption 2 on day one. I may wait a couple days and just kind of see how the streaming and stuff goes. Test it out and whatever before I purchase the game, depending on whatever the cost is and whatnot. It's probably just going to be, most people are guessing that the AAA games are going to be the normal, you know, the normal everyday price, $60 or whatever it normally costs. Let's see. Do we have... Oh, Google did get their lineup of the 12 games. Let me see if I can find that link here. Here we go. So these, ignore the comments because there's a bunch. These are the 12 games that are, at least the 12 games that have been... Nope, let me switch over. I'm on the wrong screen, aren't I? Here we go. So these are the 12 games. We've got Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Destiny 2, the full collection. This is all the expansions and DLCs. Guilt, which is kind of a little more of a horror game. Not quite my cup of tea, but there are a lot of guys that are interested in that. We've got Just Dance 2020, not really my cup of tea either. And I probably would not be dancing live for anybody anyway. Kine, this is a, if I remember correctly, it's kind of a rhythm type game. And it's kind of a cartoony, it looks a lot like a Borderlands style, artistically anyway. But it kind of reminds me more of like a drum game or a rhythm style game. Mortal Kombat 11, most of us should know. Anybody in the gaming industry knows what Mortal Kombat's like. Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be available. That's probably my top pick for, if I do purchase a game, it'll be this one. I don't know if my Assassin's Creed Odyssey that I got when I was doing Project Stream last year is going to be available to me here. I'm kind of hoping so, but we'll see. Samurai Shodown, I think, is kind of a third-person kind of fighting game. But I don't know too much about that one. Not really my style. Thumper is also, I think it was kind of a rhythm game. I haven't seen the previews on this one. We might actually look that one up. And then, of course, we've got the 3 Tomb Raiders. I don't know if those are going to be a package thing or if you're going to have to purchase them individually. Let's take a look at Thumper, though. Let's go to YouTube. Thumper 2019. Oop, hopes if I put... Oh, so it looks like it might be actually a VR... like a trailer. There we go, release trailer. So, turn up the audio just a little bit here. Actually, I've got this on my headset. I'm gonna listen to it on my headset real quick, guys. This would definitely be a crazy game to have in VR. It feels like you're just riding a racetrack, but it seemed like there was some type of rhythm, like when those I'd be really curious if they have a preview for these. I'd be really curious if they have like a demo. That'd be really cool to be able to play on with something like this, where you don't quite know what the game is until you're actually in there. That would be an interesting game to play, to test and see. And then they do have, so these are what's going to be available on November 19th, the next Tuesday. And then they've got, there was an additional 14 games. Oh. Don't know. I might have to go to Stadia's. Let's see, games. I don't know if they've actually broken it out yet or not. I don't know if they've updated the website to where it shows. Let's see, Stadia games. Okay, we know that. And then there was additional 14. No, I don't want your... Like I said, there was additional 14 that were supposed to come out by the end of the year, which had a bunch more. Let's see. I don't know if this one showed the other ones. Okay, so here's the 14 additional titles that are promised to launch by the end of 2019. So you got Attack on Titan 2, The Final Battle. I haven't played any of those, and I might look at the preview on that one. Borderlands 3, I have played a little bit of that one. Darksiders Genesis, kind of a Diablo-style game, but it feels a little more Diablo / God of War, so a little more of a hack-and-slash style. To me, I get bored with those kind of quick, so I'm not 100% sure if that's one I'll be getting or not. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I've never been into Dragon Ball. I like anime, but I haven't been into the Dragon Ball side of stuff. Farming Simulator. Not interested in work when I'm video gaming. Final Fantasy 15. I played a little bit of that one. The graphics and stuff were great, but didn't get into the story too much. So might be something I'll look into. Football Manager. Not interested at too much on that one. Oh, that was my 3D printer. As it cools down, the plastic cracks and pulls away from the glass. It's kind of a crazy sound. Ghost Recon is a possibility. Grid is definitely something I'm interested in. And I just heard something on this one that it was an interview with a developer, and he said that there did something with Grid on Google Stadia that they're not doing with it's not possible to do with any other platform. They're doing a 40-car race, which you can't do with any other platform because the machines just aren't powerful enough. Your consoles, your gaming PCs aren't powerful to handle that amount of AI and control. So something that they're doing specifically for Stadia, they added it just for Stadia, is a 40-car race. So you'll be able to race in NASCAR style, just tons and tons of cars. So I'm kind of interested to see how that works in with that size of a race. We've never really ever seen anything like that before, so it's definitely going to be interesting. Metro Exodus is definitely high on my list. I played Metro... Was it Last Light? I don't remember what the first... what was the first one? It wasn't 2033. Yeah, Last Light. Okay. I think I'm mixing it up with a different game. Okay. So I did play, and I got... Probably at least halfway through the story on that one. I got stuck, got into that little, I don't want to say it's a town, but anyway, I got stuck in there. I couldn't figure out how to get out, and then got busy doing something else and kind of lost it. NBA 2020. Never did get into video games where I'm playing sports games. For some reason, I just kind of never got. Rage 2, not really interested. I need to watch the trailer again because it's been a while since I've seen it. I could be mixing it up with another game. Trials Rising. Might play the demo on it and see how it is. Depends on the price. Like this one, I don't know if I don't think I could justify spending $60 on the Trials Rising game, where it's kind of just a side. It depends on kind of what's involved in the game. If it's just a bunch of races and you just kind of do over and over and over again, or if there's kind of a campaign-ish, so, how some of them go. Wolfenstein Youngblood. I have played a lot of the Wolfenstein games, and a couple of them I've actually completed. So Wolfenstein might be a game that I'd be interested in. So I'll have to see on that one. Like I said, if there's demos for a lot of these, that would definitely help make me more comfortable purchasing them. I'm always wary about purchasing video games and then getting an hour or two into it and just not really feeling the game. So I definitely love the demos. And then we've got some more that, let's see. So these ones are up, so they're going to be here but won't make it by 2019. So The Crew 2, Destroy All Humans, Doom, 2016. This one is kind of an odd one why it's not included, because this is one that they've actually been testing on Stadia for, like, I think they actually did it at a demo for a while. So we don't know if this is a Stadia thing why it's not showing up, or if it's developer. I'm kind of guessing more developer side. Elder Scrolls Online isn't coming yet. Not one I'm interested in. Power Rangers I'm not interested in. Super Hot, I'm not sure what that one is. And Windjammers 2, those I'll have to look into and see. I am Cyberpunk 2077, Baldur's Gate 3 as a possibility. Some of these games are tough for me. Like I love Diablo, but I've tried to play a couple other ones that are that kind of top-down third-person view RPGs, and they just haven't hit me right. So it's one of those ones, if there's a demo and I like it, it would definitely make it easier for me to purchase, if I like it anyway. Cyberpunk 2077 is my number one, has been my number one wished for Stadia, and it came true. So thank you for granting my wish. Doom Eternal, we'll see how that one does, because that's the brand new Doom. Get Packed, I haven't really seen much. Oh, so this is a Stadia exclusive. I think this one kind of might be one of the, like, kind of a multiplayer. It's a very fun, kind of a funny game. Definitely check out any of the previews because it looks kind of funny. It would be one of those, like a party game, which I would love to see Stadia have some of those, because I purchased 2 controllers, so I would love to have, and you can do more. I would love to be able to do like 4 screens and have kind of like some party games where friends can come over and you can play some party games. That would be a blast. And then Orcs Must Die 3. This is a timed exclusive, which was going to be coming out next year. This one was designed specifically for Stadia, to push the limits of Stadia as well, because they've got like 500 orcs coming in, kind of like in waves, kind of like zombies, but even bigger. And you've got, you have to, all the orcs must die. So that one is definitely one that, would kind of be like a party style game as well, where you could have some friends over and just have some fun. So anyway, yeah, there's some updated news on Stadia. I will probably post some more information as well on when let me close out all this and we'll go back to me here. I will be posting more information as I get more Stadia information. Hopefully when my controller ships. A lot of people are thinking that they're not going to ship until the 19th. I'm actually hoping they ship like Thursday, Friday, So they get here by the 19th, but there's a lot of confusion there on what's actually going to be, available. So, or what's actually going to be happening. There's supposed to be an AMA tomorrow on Reddit. Hopefully we're going to get a lot more information then, as well as if you guys don't follow, if you guys are big Stadia people, and you're not following Stadia Cast on YouTube, he's got a ton of information. Shout out to you, by the way, Bill. He's supposed to have an interview with John Justice, which is, I don't say he's not the president, but he's, what would his title be? It's kind of like he's heading up the whole Google Stadia team. So anyway, he's supposed to have an interview on Thursday. So hopefully, if that, they've already postponed it once. So as long as they don't postpone it, we will be have some more information or some questions hopefully answered by him on Thursday. And again, we'll be starting, and I'm going to hopefully start streaming on Tuesday with some, and I'll be doing it here on YouTube. I won't be doing it on Twitch because everything will be streaming hopefully directly from the YouTube servers. If not, then I'll at least be doing it through OBS with my pretty face in the corner. So I think I started this a little late. I didn't really give anybody any notice on that I was doing a live feed tonight. But if you guys, hit that like button if you like the information I've provided tonight. Post any questions you have below about anything we've talked about or any products that you're looking for, and we'll definitely either cover them on the next live stream, or I'll answer them, on Facebook. If you guys have any, you follow me there. And like I said, if you're have a DA and you're looking for the triple gauge pod, NaytonTech@gmail.com, email me and we'll work something out. First come, first serve. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, guys. I've been on chatting here for about 40 minutes now. This is going to be video at 98, so stay tuned, because I'm going to be, if I can make sure, there's a bunch of legal stuff with doing, what is it called? Giveaways that I have to look into, make sure that I'm not doing anything, that's, I don't want to say not legal, but not within the terms of Google's or YouTube's terms of service kind of stuff. So I got a little more reading and stuff to do on that. I'll be posting up, if I get it to work, I will be posting up all of the rules. I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible. Pretty much, like the video, probably comment below, something in the comments. And then there's a website that does some random comment picking, and I will, depending on how many people show up and how many comments we get and things like that, I will be doing at least a certain amount of products I will be giving away, and then possibly even more if we get enough interest. So definitely follow us, hit that like button, make sure you subscribe. I will make a requirement that you have to be subscribed to the channel to be able to be part of the giveaway. More information to come. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off, guys, and we will see you next time.